Hi, my name is John. This is my report on my energy audit. A little background on my home. I live in a 30-story condo building in downtown St. Paul, 1,600 square feet. Heating and cooling is provided by St. Paul District Energy and at no charge to me. This is the view from my condo. Again, I'm on the 30th floor, 300 feet above ground, and the ambient temperature is about 2 degrees lower than ground level. Here's a copy of my Excel energy bill. I'll go into the details in a moment. This is a breakdown of my electricity bill. My June invoice is for $54 and reflects 195 kilowatt hours used. My electricity use is significantly below the national average and probably reflects the impact of St. Paul District Energy. A few words about comparable energy use. An average 1,600 square foot home uses about 950 kilowatt hours, whereas I am only using 195 kilowatt hours per month. An average Minnesota resident uses $108 in electricity. I am running about half that rate. Turning now to the energy audit, I selected 8 items. One of those was a variable power device, 6 constant power devices, and of course the light bulb. To calculate energy use among these devices, I did the following. For the constant power devices, I tracked the hours on in a daily log. Then I measured each device using my watt meter. And then I multiplied the hours used by the watts measured. That gave me kilowatt hours per day for each of the devices. For the variable power device, in this case, the refrigerator, I measured the energy consumed in a 24-hour period, which in this case for the refrigerator came out to be 1.49 kilowatt hours per day. This is the daily log I kept for a 1-week period. It shows the power on time by device. This is probably the most informative slide. These are the calculations for my energy use. You see my 8 selected devices on the left, and you see my wattage measurements as taken from my watt meter, and then you'll also see the hours on as taken from the earlier time log. Using these inputs, the spreadsheet then calculates the daily and monthly kilowatt hours used. And as you'll see on the lower right-hand total, these devices used 63.9 kilowatt hours per month. Here you'll see photos of the watt meter as I took various measurements. In this case, here's the lamp and clock, the TV and guitar amplifier, the air filter and the stereo. Here are the measurements for my refrigerator, 1.49 kilowatt hours for a 24-hour period. And as per the instructions, here's a photo of the watt meter I used and my student ID. Here's a photo of the light bulb. This is a 3-way bulb that can operate at 7, 14, or 20 watts. I generally operate the lamp at medium or 14 watts. Some comments about the devices. Among the 8 devices, the refrigerator was the big ticket item, using 70% of the total electricity. The energy consumption of my devices were comparable to other similar devices. My refrigerator compared favorably to other top-of-the-line Energy Star rated refrigerators. This was an interesting and informative exercise. Here are some of the key takeaways. My monthly usage of 195 kilowatt hours is significantly below the national average. This likely shows the impact of heating and cooling being provided by St. Paul District Energy. The energy audit showed that these 8 devices amounted to about 1/3 of my total energy consumption. I used my watt meter on other devices in my condo. I was surprised by the relatively significant energy consumption when certain devices are in standby mode. things like TVs, laptops, printers, and chargers. Here's some thoughts on reducing my energy consumption. Number one, it's probably incorrect for me to think of my heating and cooling as free and unlimited. If I reduced my usage, it would result in a savings, albeit for St. Paul District Energy. My oven uses 2,000 watts in the bake mode. Using my small air fryer might save as much as 8 kilowatt hours per month. I should turn off my stereo when not in use. The device uses about 6 watts even when it's not playing music. And finally, I should open the windows more and run the AC less. Here are the references and websites I used in this presentation. Hey, thank you very much.